Why is your dick so big?
I don't know. I was born that way. You know, that's the number one question I always get asked is, how do I make my dick bigger?
Hey guys, it's Hink here, and so today I got another one for you. So we're going to be talking about Johnnie Sins, everybody's favorite astronaut, doctor, plumber, mechanic, whatever it may be, one of the most famous corn stars to ever do it. And his interview on the impulsive, or whatever, dude, Logan Paul's podcast. There's a lot that we can learn from this, and I do think it's entertaining. So let's just get into it.
Why is your dick so big?
I don't know. I was born that way. You know, it's the number one question I always get asked is, how do I make my dick bigger? Everybody wants to know it. But the fact is you just can't. There's impossibly no way to do it right now.
So already we're starting here with a horrible take. Oh, it's impossible. You can't make your D bigger. That's just objectively not true, okay? Let's just take exclusively length here. Here's a paper. This is called Applying Extended Devices in People with Penile Dysmorphophobia. So basically people with just small penis syndrome but otherwise are healthy. So this isn't Peyronie's disease. This isn't anything like that. And what it shows clear as day, as you can see here, that you can increase both your flaccid, your stretch flaccid, and erect length. This is proven. This is a urologic journal article proving that you can actually get longer. So let's just put that to bed. You can get longer. And for those that obviously know this channel and maybe those that are new to it, that is largely what I talk about are basically the most scientifically sound ways you can actually increase the size of your penis. And you can see here in this chart where they actually looked at erect penile length, you can see what their baseline length was and that it's over like 1.5 centimeters of length that has been proven documented on erect length in this trial. So this was over a 4%, which was a significant increase in penile length published in this journal article. So that's it. That's just matter of fact, the end. I'm not discussing this with anybody. Proven medical fact, you can increase the length of your penis. And what about girth? Well, guys, here's something that's called the P-long study. I've made videos about it before, but it actually proves that you can increase both the length and girth. In this study, published in a published journal article, it showed that you increase length by 0.8 inches and 0.5 inches in girth in 6 months. Okay, you can see this chart here. Now, there's some flaws with it. It did combine the use of PRP, but the fact of the matter remains, in a published urologic trial done by an actual urologist, a penis doctor, they're once again proving you can get bigger. So off the bat, he's just a swing and a miss, okay? I mean, like, horrible. Now, why would he be doing this? Well, he wants to gatekeep. If he has a genetically larger penis, that honestly, we're going to get ahead to this, but it's not impossible to go from a very average size penis to his size, okay, by doing penile enlargement exercises. It's well within the range of possibilities. He can't just go on and be like, oh yeah, there are ways to do it. Anybody could be my size if they were just dedicated for a couple of years. That would damage his brand. I get why he's doing that, but he is factually wrong. And oftentimes corn stars that are genetically gifted will tell you that. But to me, it's like, now, how I feel about bodybuilding metaphors, but it's like if you see a super jacked dude in the gym and you're like, wow, how did you get so jacked? And he's like, it's just genetics. It's like, clearly there's more to it than that.
What about inflatable dick?
Yeah.
The thing is, you can't make it bigger than it naturally is. You can inflate it, but it's still going to be the same size it always has been.
Asking an actual corn star about like penile prosthetic devices, that is something that somebody like Rena Malik would be more appropriate to answer, because you're talking about complex anatomy and physiology when it comes to actually like penile mechanics and penile size. But that being said, his answer is actually pretty spot on. Typically speaking, if you have a prosthetic device implanted, it gets you to the size that you previously were with a good erection. It doesn't take you past that. Now, there actually have been some studies published that showed that if you do things like using an extender first and then get a penile implant, you can once again actually enlarge the size of your penis. But for the most part, he is right.
It has been.
Are you bigger than Mandingo?
No.
Mandingo's like...
I know she's the one asking.
Whoa, yeah, that's right.
So guys, I have a video on Mandingo pending, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But like, this is this dude's wife on the podcast who's in the adult industry as well. I just can't imagine being on like basically a national spotlight, a global spotlight, and having somebody that smashed my girl like called out, and that has to be a discussion point. Like, how is this real life in 2025 now, I guess? But man, this generation is cooked, as they say.
What's that like? Was it like, did you see much?
Some kind of, yeah.
Once again, I just made the video last week with the girl talking about doing it with dread, and now you have yet another corn star talking about what it's like to F some of the biggest Ds on the planet. The guy's like, oh, did you like see Like, was it too much? And she's like, yes. She's not like, oh man, it was amazing. I wish I could have that again. She's like, oh my God, like it was so much. I swear, like regardless of what I say, there's always going to be that douche canoe in the comments that's going to be like, I don't care what you say. That's cap. She's just lying. But you guys are an idiot that actually think that. I mean, this is two corn stars that are saying that F for a living, saying that is not fun, that is not pleasurable. And so there's these idiots that are brainwashed that think that, you know, for some reason this chick would be lying on the podcast about it being too much and being painful. And I mean, one could argue, oh, she's just saying that to spare Johnny's sins. But like, guys, like, what? Okay, if you believe that, then more power to you. And some of you guys have this crazy dysmorphia where you see guys like Mandingo or Dread and you think you literally want a D that big when literally women are saying that is too much. And I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing my best to help correct this, which is why I make these videos. And then, Hink, why are you so mad?
Don't do the voice.
But it's because you guys are like, don't understand fucking reality, man. It blows my mind. And some of you guys in the comments are still so brainwashed, and I'll pray for you.
Mandingo's probably like double my size. I don't know.
How is that possible? How big is your genitalia in inches?
I'm probably about 8.5.
Okay.
Johnny Sin, Jesus, dude. Double your size? Double your size? Then he goes on to say he's 8.5 inches. So he's claiming that he's 8.5 inches and Mandingo is about double his size. So Mandingo is about 17 inches. What the actual fuck?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And I get it. He was like speaking in hyperbole. He was kind of exaggerating. Oh, he's like double my size. But some of you guys aren't smart enough to know that he is being facetious with that. That no, there's no way he's double his actually size. And actually think that there are guys that are 13, 14, even 12 or 10 inches out there, guys. You've seen my other videos about that. Like just watch the last video or even my short where I break down what are the odds of having even a 9-inch penis. So guys, it's our recurring segment, Hink's reality check. It's time to talk about Johnny Sins. Johnny Sins says right there he's about 8.5 inches. Wrong. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. So once again, I don't encourage you to do this, but you can go to like Measured Corn Stars subreddit and type in Johnny Sins and you can see like the unedited videos here. But here is a picture of him actually measuring with a tailor's tape. There's several problems. Number one, the tape is diagonal, and so it adds some additional length that way. Number two, the tape starts at 2. It's not even starting at 1. And there's also the angle that he uses in the picture to make it seem bigger than he is. But guys, here's a nice little excerpt here. I'll have Callie put it on the screen. But he is about 7 inches non-bone pressed, okay? If you really want to twist my arms, he's about 7.25 inches non-bone pressed. Now, guys, these are like measured, like you guys should see these posts, the links that these guys go to actually show what their actual measurements are. And so I'm not going to debate you in the comments, okay? I'm certainly going to ignore you if, you know, all the comments help the engagement score. But if you leave some ignorant shit in the comments like, no, Johnny Sins is at least 9 inches, like, just know you're an idiot, and that's not reality. I've got nothing but love for everybody out here, but just know you're an idiot if you actually think that. And as far as his girth, he's about 5 inches of girth. Guys, can we just be very clear, though? Like, I'm not saying Johnny Sins is not huge, okay? 7 inches non-bone pressed, undeniably fudging massive. You're talking to a guy, me, a clown in a mask, that thinks that being 6 inches non-bone pressed is quite big, okay? Now, he is a full inch to, inch 0.25 bigger than what I think is big. Undeniably huge. It's why he is a corn star. But if you think this guy is 8.5 or 9 inches, you're an idiot. Like, that's just not reality. And I don't mean you're actually an idiot if you're listening to these podcasts and you hear him say he's 8.5 inches, why would you think he's lying? But if you still believe that he is that big after I'm telling you the actual facts, that's when you're an idiot. And guys, this is where girl inches come from. We like to, oh, girls don't know anything about measurement. Well, it's because guys like him that are 7 inches that say they're 9. You guys know, like, my rule. Basically, guys that are 5 inches say they're 7. Guys that are 7 say they're 9. And guys that are 8 or bigger say that they're 12. That is basically like the standard rule within the corn industry as well. But this is where girl inches come from. And guys, just briefly, we're going to touch on Mandingo size. So once again, go to that subreddit. You can look up, you can see these undoctored photos. But Mandingo, apparently one of the biggest stars on the planet, as far as like size-wise, he's about 8.5 to maybe 9 inches non-bone pressed. Once again, guys, that's ungodly huge. That's equine huge. That's like literally like the 1 in like 100 million size that we talked about before, okay? This dude is huge, but he's not like 13 inches or 16 inches or whatever, like the myth about him. Even 10 inches, guys. He's about 9 inches. So just don't believe like the tricks and the lies that the industry is trying to promote to prey on your insecurities. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. So let me know what you think. Am I just off my rocker? Am I just coping? Okay. And these guys are really just huge and I just want to feel better about myself. Is that what this is, or am I actually telling you the facts? These dudes in the industry are undeniably ungodly huge, but there's a big difference between thinking Johnny Sins is 8.5 inches versus thinking he's like 7.5 inches bone press. Having a realistic understanding about the size that these dudes actually are will help kind of combat this men's insecurity, rather than thinking these dudes are actually double your size or even thinking that this is what women want. Another key thing is Sins is very lean, okay? I personally don't think he's natty. I think he's on a different testosterone replacement, etc. But that is why I stress fitness so much and being lean. Because he is so lean, he can also give the illusion that he's much bigger than he actually is. So guys, I hope you learned something from this. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. If you are still insecure about this and want to learn in a science-based manner how I enlarged myself using science-based techniques and you want to learn, my course is available, or guys, just subscribe to the channel and watch my videos, okay? Remember guys, you're more than the size of your D. Be the best version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with self-improvement, but you are enough just as you are. All right guys, peace and love.
Dr. Hink got the plug on the health, yeah. Got you thinking about your wealth, yeah. In his office, no stealth, yeah. Pinnacle of that below the belt, yeah. Checks and balance, he's managing.